Jolly coming at you from where? That's right, Bengali Black Studios. So on today's episode, I'm going to give you the history of one of my favorite things. That's right, folks, I'm talking about my nails. So if you see me out on the street and I'm not looking my freshest, my nails are sure to always be on fleek. So on today's episode, I'm going to give you the history and the ins and outs of my favorite nails. Okay guys, let's jump into some history. Nails have had a significant meaning in our culture since ancient times. In ancient India, women used henna to dye their nails as early as 5000 BC. This practice eventually made its way to China around 3000 BC. The ancient Chinese soaked their nails in beeswax, egg whites, and natural dyes from flowers to add a light tint to their nails. Later on in 600 BC, the Chinese used to paint their nails as a way to show their social ranking. The colors silver, gold, black, and red symbolized the highest social order, and it was even forbidden for the lower class to wear color on their nails. In other civilizations like ancient Babylon, men would use green or black kahol to stain their fingernails before a battle. Archaeologists have even discovered a solid gold manicure set from 3200 BC that was used for combat. Painting nails continued for centuries, with more techniques emerging to change the color and shape of the nail. In fact, Egyptian women were known to enhance their nails using ivory, bone, and gold. Women of higher social statuses wore a bright red stain to their nails to symbolize power and luxury. Having long nails back then meant that you didn't have to do manual labor like the lower class, so the longer the nails, the higher the social standing. Modern-day nail polish was invented by Northern Warren in 1916. Prior to this invention, Warren's focus was on the cuticles. He invented a formula that would remove a dead cuticle without cutting or scraping. He called this formula Cutex. Cutex went on to promote several other nail products, but the one that stuck out the most was his clear nail polish. He was said to have been inspired by the shiny gloss on cars and wanted a way to replicate that on a nail. He also invented another key ingredient, nail polish remover. This formula was duplicated over time, and in 1932, Revlon launched the first colored enamel. This invention would shape the face of nail history forever. Now, when it comes to the history of nails, we have barely even scratched the surface. False nails had already been around for years, but the chemical that changed the narrative of nail history was acrylic. Prior to this invention, fake nails were made of plastic and other non-durable materials. Believe it or not, acrylic has its roots in the dental industry. In 1954, Frederick Slack Jr. created the formula after he broke a nail at work. Instead of just putting a band-aid on it, he mixed some chemicals together and made a substance that he could lay over his nail to create a fake replica. This substance, which was invented by accident, became the key ingredient to long-lasting crown molding and fake nails. Frederick shared the formula with his brother Tom, who brought a patent and started the company Patty Nails. Later on in the 70s, Dr. Stuart Nordstrom perfected the liquid and powder acrylic system that we use today. If you go to the nail salon, 9 times out of 10 you're visiting an Asian-run business. Have you ever wondered why they got the monopoly on the nail trade? Well, I did too, and I found out that you can actually trace it back to one actress, Tippi Hedren. Tippi was famous for acting in many movies in the 60s, most notably Alfred Hitchcock's Birds. Tippi always had a passion for philanthropy, so it was no surprise that after the fall of Saigon, Vietnam in 1975, she found herself at Hope Village, a refugee camp in California. At the time, she was working for an organization called Food for the Hungry, who sent her to provide job training to the Vietnamese refugees. She came with a typist and a seamstress, but the ladies were really enamored with her nails. She had the bright idea to fly in her personal manicurist to teach the 20 women the skills they needed to work in a salon. After getting the ladies' license, Tippi helped place them in salons across California. This trade spread throughout the Vietnamese community and eventually to other Asian communities as well. Today, the nail industry is still dominated by the Vietnamese, and it can all be traced back to those original 20 women. Ever since I was young, I've always admired expressive nails. My first introduction to nails was by way of my beautiful grandmother, who was one of the most fashion-forward women I knew. My grandmother was a classy, beautiful, and well-traveled woman, and her long painted nails only solidified that in my mind. Imagine my shock at a young age hearing that long, colorful nails were ghetto and made you look poor. People even went on to accuse women donning the nails of being unsanitary and not able to wipe themselves properly. It's crazy that our nails cause such a stir when we can see that nails were a big part of several cultures and not just a black thing. Black women, however, did popularize the styles that are most trendy today. Nails have had a huge place in black culture, being adorned by our favorite icons such as Etta James and Diana Ross and the Supremes back in the late 60s. Musical artists at the time had a big hand in popularizing nails as the emergence of television allowed the audience a close-up of their hands on the microphone. But it was the disco era that really started our journey of expressiveness. During this time, nail charms, gold nails, and elaborate nail art were on trend. Of course, just as history has tried to write out our influence in the disco scene, they have also tried to demean everything that's come out of it. The fashion, the music, and the party were all deemed low class, and it wasn't long until rumors began that the disco scene was bursting with homosexuality. Adversely, once they minimized our presence in the rise of disco, they began to whitewash our music and fashion. Like disco, acrylic nails faced the same backlash. Perhaps no one knows this to be true more than Florence Griffith Joyner, who shattered world records in the Olympics of 1988. Flojo, as she was called, was a nail tech and beautician before she started stepping on necks. To pay homage to her humble beginnings, Flojo competed with full-face makeup and signature nails. Although she became the fastest woman in the world, white critics could not stop criticizing her nails. She faced constant scrutiny over her choice of expression, but the gag is her style still inspires women athletes till this day. Black women are some of the biggest trendsetters in the world. Our fashion somehow always makes it mainstream, but it's always considered ghetto when it's just for us. As someone who has been wearing nails for over a decade, I can personally attest to the judgments I faced as a teenager versus the praise I get now. I was told I was unprofessional and looked like a bird, but like Flojo, I did not let that stop me. I kept my style, and now people stop to ask me where I got my nails done. I wish I could say it's because they're finally recognizing our magic, but the truth is, it's white women who made it acceptable. Women like Kylie Jenner are praised for their expressive long nails, while women like Cardi B are constantly asked if they can properly clean themselves. It's just another notch on the belt of our long racist history. Nails are still my favorite and most consistent beauty feature. Like the many black women that came before me, my nails express my journey of personal and creative acceptance. The oppressors always try to moderate black beauty, and honestly, friends, I'm sick of it. I plan on being as colorful as I want because we only live once and we can't live to please others. My nails have never gotten in the way of me getting a job, and if they did, I guess it'll be just time to find a new job. It's 2020, black people. We don't have to dim our light to let others shine. This is our moment. Let's get it. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed today's claw-tastic episode of Nacho Typical News. For more information and links to my favorite nail techs, please visit the links below in my description. And I'll see you guys back here next time for some great fun, some great food, and some great history. See you guys next time.